Well, I have this disdain for that whole star thing because in my era they had the stadium with the opening when they said that God left it open so that he could watch his favorite team.
You can't help but to love us.
And just this whole talk of them being America's team, and how is it that they become America's team?
I've been going against that star for a long time. Even when you see somebody's wearing that thing, you know, somebody has a cowboy star, it makes you just feel,
It's sort of a learned behavior. Once you get drafted to the Eagles and you're here long enough, you quickly learn how important it is to beat this team.
I think this game's a little chippy. This has been a tense physical struggle between these two rivals.
My first Cowboys game as a rookie, coming out of the tunnel, we always came out in position groups, and I'm looking up into the face of Harold Carmichael, and all of these big tears are welling up in his face, and so I tightened up my chin strap a little bit tighter.
They give it to Smith, and they stop it. Sheever, we were looking at that point, turned out to win the game. Wentz now throws. That's going to be caught. And does he break the plane? Rager, yes, he does. Touchdown, Philadelphia. So the rookie who's been out since week 2.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the first half of an atrocious Eagles-Cowboys game. We got so hyped up all week for Eagles-Cowboys, Dallas hate week, and we are down at halftime by the Ben DiNucci-led Cowboys 9-7. And the last quote of Chris Collinsworth there right before the half, and I wrote it down, a brilliant play by an excellent kicker put the Eagles down. It's atrocious. I'm Phil Stiefel here of All About the Birds. We're live streaming on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, on All About the Birds networks, Heat Ratio networks, Last Out Media networks, Fox's Pizza Dens pages. Drop your comments. Let me know what you think. I have no idea why the Eagles are losing to the Dallas Cowboys 9-7. We're going to talk. I'm just going to go through all these comments. We got Goddard back, 1 target. We should not be losing this game. Come on, wake up. You know, Wentz is killing us. Wentz is absolutely killing us right now. We suck. Terrible football. We should be blowing them out. All these comments are so accurate. It makes no sense. The Dallas Cowboys, they should run the ball. The Dallas Cowboys have the worst run defense in the league, and yet they're running trick plays. They're doing so much stupid stuff. Too many turnovers, obviously. You know, it's just atrocious. Yeah, Jennifer, get out of here. We don't want to hear anything from any Cowboys fans. Get out of here. Get out of here. All 3 turnovers were stupid plays. You know, I'm one that has stood up for Carson Wentz so many times, but I forget the exact number. But Brandon Gowton of Bleeding Green Nation dropped it earlier. He's got something like 54 now after this game, 55 fumbles in 64 games. You can't. There's no way you can. You could stand up for something like that. They're sucking. Bad play calling is obviously an issue. Can our cornerbacks? Yeah, they should have at least 4 or 5 interceptions right now. Why aren't we running the ball? It's obviously working. Boston Scott's got over 60 yards on like 10 carries. Not doing it. Greg Zuerlein is the best player on the field. It's pathetic. I mean, I actually did start him in my daily fantasy lineup tonight, Greg Zuerlein, and I'm sure he's helping carry me to a catch. Horrible call on 4th and 1. Yeah, I wrote that down. They went 5 wide on 4th and 1 there at the end of the game. No reason whatsoever for that to happen there. No reason whatsoever. Tell Jeffrey Lurie to give Dak a big cut. Yeah, no. I mean, I love him, but no. Cowboys stink. The Cowboys do stink right now. I mean, I wrote down so many notes, leading into tonight or in that first half, and there's just no explanation for why they're losing 9-7. It's just the team. Yeah, I mean, the emoji pretty much sums it up. What the hell? It's like, what's wrong with Wentz? Wentz has zero confidence right now. I mean, the turnovers, the bad passes, the bad play calling, all of it plays into a factor. Wentz has no confidence whatsoever right now. That interception he threw at the end, I mean, it was a bad pass. It was the right move, but it was just so far off target. He does his best work when he is rolling. Calm down. No Dak either. I know, but I put out a comment a few minutes ago. Even whether the Eagles win or the Cowboys win this game, who knows? I still say the Eagles win this game, and they're going to come back in the second half. One of my followers put me out that they thought it was going to be like 10-7 at the half, and then we were going to come back. Who's going to be the favorite to win the NFC East starting next week? The Washington football team? Because the Washington football team smoked both us and the Cowboys. They only have the 2 wins, but they might actually be the favorite to win the NFC East now going into next week. There's no reason. 9-7. That's true. Your record, I said this a few times this week, you are what your record says you are. Wentz's decision-making is terrible, but the play calling on it as well is not helping him. This game is sad. Get out of here, Cowboys fan. Get off my timeline. Wouldn't mind to see Jalen come in for a drive or two. I mean, the Cowboys are emptying out the playbook. They're using every little trick in the trade. You know, the Eagles have run 1 or 2 trick plays with Greg Ward. Jalen Hurts was on the field for 1 play. You know, you got to get him some touches, even if it's, you know, the way I don't want to see it, him, you know, in the backfield with Wentz out wide. You got to do something. It is a complete and total dumpster fire. Absolutely. Devin checking in. What's the health update on Jason Peters? I have not seen that happen. Way to the end there. You know, but there's no surprise that Jason Peters is hurt. You know, how many times has Jason Peters actually completed a game? What would be horrible, Nick? You mean the Washington being the favorite to win the division? I mean, it's pathetic, honestly. Let me see while we slow down the comments here if I have any other things. Mailata looked really bad on the first and last drive there at right tackle, but in the middle there, he didn't look too bad. Obviously, with Peters going out, he'll probably slide back over to left tackle for the rest of the game. Nick was talking about Peters there. Yeah, that's no surprise. Hurts 1 play. And he gets a delay of game. Yeah, that's play calling though. That's not getting the play calling in on time. Guys, thanks for all these comments. I'm trying to blow through them all. Wentz is garbage. I would not say Wentz is garbage. Wentz is just playing really bad right now. But the play calling, as you say on your next comment, Pelotero, is a lot to do with it. The lack of confidence in his offensive line. I mean, he's the most pressured and hit quarterback in the league coming into this game. And that's after everybody else has already played their week 8 games. You're not going to win when you're getting hit, 50, 60 times in 7 weeks. So, yeah, the whole team is trash right now. They're just playing bad. There is talent on this team, and I'm really confident in that. But, no, Wentz is not garbage. Sorry, I got to disagree with you on that, Pelotero. I won't say he's garbage. He's just not playing well. Look forward to as we play better in the second half. Yeah, I mean, Wentz should be benched. Pelotero is really just jumping all over the Wentz hate tonight. And I don't blame you because, as I said, Wentz is playing terrible, and you cannot justify the turnovers. You just really can't. Only thing, yeah. I mean, so I'm gonna wrap up the questions. I'm gonna say, look, we got to run the ball. We got to stop letting Ben DiNucci-led Cowboys be in this game. We should have 9 picks, it feels like, at this point. We have none. We're not blitzing at all, and we're still getting pressure on him. He does not look like he belongs in the NFL. But they're hanging along because the Eagles are playing terrible. Doug Peterson's play calling is awful. Jim Schwartz's defensive scheme is awful. We're not doing too many turnovers, all that great stuff. But, yeah, I mean, obviously, Eagles defense can't stop third string. They've actually stopped them pretty well. I mean, let's bring up the box score right now. Ben DiNucci has 67 yards passing. They have 47 yards rushing. So they've basically held the Cowboys to under 100 yards of offense. Cooper, Schultz both have no catches. CeeDee Lamb has 1. So, when you've got a guy like Boston Scott, 9 for 63, 7, yard attempt, but you've got 16 rushes to 16 passes. That's not good enough. This team gave up 300 yards rushing to the Dallas Cowboys. They should be running the ball every single play. They're not. Huntley didn't have a single carry in the first half, but Corey Clement had 2. And even Corey Clement got a 5-yard average, 2 for 10. It's something there. You should be running all over this team. Yes, sir. Running. Another one, run the ball. Thought that said Kevin Nagani there for a second. That would have been really cool, but I'm not that big. I'm a little person, not that famous yet. We're a lucky Brandon Gang got the strip sack. Absolutely. If we lose this game, fire someone tomorrow. If we lose this game, there should be 2 or 3 firings tomorrow. I put out a poll on my Facebook or my Twitter page at Bearded Knowledge, over under on 1.5 trades by Tuesday afternoon at the trade deadline. If we want to win the division, there better be 3, 4, 5 trades and 2 or 3 firings after this game if we lose this ball. We're going to have a total fire sale if we do. Run the ball. Take it out of Carson's hand. Yeah, that'll settle Carson down. You make the right play calls, it settles him down. This is an offensive problem. Should be running the ball against a terrible defense. It's probably Johnny checking in, and it's obvious. And Adam, again, thank you. Run. Doug Hotseat, I mean, I've been saying he gets more time, but, I mean, he's losing this team. If they go down this and lose this game, that's not a good taste in your mouth going into the bye. He definitely needs to be on the hot seat. It might be time. Yes, I know. I did say, Mr. No Face, that Carson Wentz is that word. I stopped using that many, many weeks ago. But, yeah. Jalen doesn't need to play and take Wentz out, but you should be using Jalen in the right formation. Both of them, Wentz and Hurts in shotgun, throw the defense off. You shouldn't even need those plays. It doesn't matter what you all say. It should just be run the ball, run the ball, run the ball. That's all we need to do to win this game. And you know what? We're at 10 minutes now. I'm going to wrap this up. A couple things. No interceptions. I've got wrote down here. There should be multiple. Soft D, play call on 4th down. The Hightower bomb was so obvious. He needs to go after the ball. The Cowboys are emptying the playbook. We shouldn't have to, but maybe we do now. 55 fumbles. Mailata, actually looked good a couple plays there in the middle of the first half there. He was actually blocking Alden Smith and other people, taking other players out of the game. Yeah, throw the ball away. We talked about this last week, Nick, on a couple of the different shows. Carson Wentz is in the mold of Brett Favre. He is not Brett Favre, but he's in the mold of Brett Favre, and he always wants to get that extra yard, and he wants to extend the play. So you got to take the good with the bad, but the fumbles just got to stop. The interceptions I can deal with when he's thrown into the end zone, but the fumbles got to stop. He's got to hold on to the ball. Jalen needs to play. No, he does not. Bench Wentz. No, he does not. Or just throw it away. Absolutely. The fumbles are on Wentz. I will give him. I want to hear what you say. I want to hear you say Wentz is average. Well, I see. I just said it because I read your comments. He's playing below average actually right now. And this season he is playing below average, but he's not a below average quarterback. I will stick by that for now. So glad that, they did try Philly. They did. And, Dallas sniffed that one out. They just need to keep up the good work. Yeah, that's a Cowboys fan. I'm so glad we drafted Reagor. Yeah, there's so many better players that we could have drafted on that team. Yeah. Need a big back. Holyfield, you let go Michael the Truck Warren. They do. Brandon Graham looks like he's the only one that showed up. He did. Thanks for checking in, Scott. Without that strip sack fumble, as someone else said earlier, we might be losing this game 17-6 by now or something like that. Ben is playing Wentz. No, he's not outplaying Wentz. He is not. Come on now, Altera. You're just trolling me now. 7-17, 67 yards for him, 52 rating. Wentz is 8 of 16 with 81 yards. He does have a touchdown, an interception, and 2 fumbles, 59.6. So the stats don't lie. Wentz is playing better than Nucci. Cox was in the backfield a couple times. Cox was held a few times, but Cox does need to do more. Carson Wentz. Yeah, we're just going to blow through these comments. Wentz is not a consistent thrower, not accurate enough. Man, there's so much Wentz hate going on right now. I love it. Yes, he is. All right, so I'm going to wrap this up. 13 minutes. I got to fill my drink, get ready for the second half. We will come back and win this game, no doubt. I'm still sticking by my score. It's not going to be 27-10, but maybe we'll go 28-12 or something like that. Something like that will happen. We're going to pull this out. Don't worry. Come back here to All About the Birds networks, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, wherever you're watching. Myself, Jeff Warner, Johnny Uleka will be live, breaking it all down, hopefully talking a big win, hopefully talking about the 3-4-1 Eagles going into the bye. Hey, as you said, Jay to the Rock, thanks for checking in. Fly, Eagles, fly. That is correct. That's what we got to do. Wentz does need my beard and knowledge to, coach him. Yeah, thanks. Sick to my stomach. Yeah, don't be sick to your stomach. We got this. We'll come back in this game. Go Eagles. That's all I got to say. That's a long halftime video, almost 14 minutes. You guys, like I said, don't forget, check out the post-game show. We'll be live as soon as the clock hits 0. I am Phil Stifle, checking out Beard of Knowledge. Let's go Eagles. Fly, Eagles, fly. You got to be positive going